Okay, so we're playing Inevitable, which is an incredible game created by Soul Muppet Games. They have this game was on Kickstarter in June, July, and I didn't find out about it till after the day after the Kickstarter finished is when I found out about it, and it's the first time that I felt like, hey, I probably should have I would have definitely backed it if I had known, which should have been a thing because I've never backed I've never done a Kickstarter whatever thing before. I've just never had the opportunity. Anyway, so quick setting. Actually, you know what? Before setting, do you guys want to introduce yourselves and your characters real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we can do alphabetically. Yeah. Box.
Okay. I'm Box. She, her pronouns. I have been playing games for quite a long time, since college, mostly D&D and Warhammer based. But lately I've been getting into a lot more experimental stuff. And my character is Sir Darian, the Amber-Hearted. He is a dashing knight errant, rival to the mighty Sir Lever. He's got shining plate mail, adorned with a short yet flowing crimson cloak. Had it since he was first knighted, and it's quite tattered, but it used to be quite long. I wield a cursed blade, Anderlight, that glows like the moon. It's a curse that's been passed down by my line, and those that wield it are fated to die within a decade by betraying those around them before their inevitable death.
Okay, I love it.
And, yeah.
PQ. Yeah, one next. Yeah. I literally had to do the alphabet in my head. What's next?
Did you say the alphabet?
I did.
Oh god.
Oh, don't kill me. I'm off already. Hi, I am Pun. I use he, they pronouns. I've been playing TTRPGs for like 4-5 years now. Started at uni, where I studied writing for narrative games, and I wrote some TTRPGs, but that was in the KOSM system, which is where I started. And but afterwards went to D&D. Never really looked back. So this is my first kind of non-D&D thing in a while, which I'm excited for. I am also playing Midnight Sally, who is a former bandit queen adorned in a giant hat and an even bigger coat, all of which are very clearly old, but are very, very well kept. You know, occasional patch here and there, but nothing obvious. She looks very well put together. And they are just a very happy, go-lucky type person, but serious when needed. And they also carry a big rifle that, from what you can see, again, is relatively old. Not bad, but battered, very older looking. And you can see almost very dark smoke coming out of it. That looks like it has glitter in it. Almost like a shadowy type thing. They joined the Knights. It's the Knights, right? I'm thinking right. My brain's tired.
Yep.
For the promise of a lot of coin, but they are not above helping other people, and they are quite caring to a fault. Yeah, that's Midnight Sally. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, my turn?
Yep.
Ours next.
Alright, my name's Ryu, he, him. Never played much of TTRPGs. I've only had one session before of D&D. So, pretty new. And wanted to try it out. And I wanted to sit in Sassy's where he's DMing so that it's a comfortable zone for me. Talking about my character, Angharad the Weeper. He follows the god Lady of the Slain, and he also wields a giant's fang spear, and yeah, I wear an extravagant undertaker's attire, which is not shown in the picture.
Damn, here I thought you're walking around in a sports jacket.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
that's
All right.
pretty much it. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. I'm Steve. If you're here in chat, you know who I am. I have been doing TTRPGs for, it's going to be 1 year tomorrow, which is wild. Holy shit.
Oh wow.
And- Yeah, there's a reason why I picked this weekend. It's yeah. This is my first time running a game that is not D&D. Well, I've only run like 3 games so far. One was a 3-shot, one was a whatever, it's 1-shot. But yeah, very excited to run Inevitable because I absolutely love the system and the setting and everything else. Yeah, okay. On your journey, you are also going to be joined by the Moonlark, who is there as a support. I will play a DMPC if needed, but for any challenges, any things that need to be happen will be done by the players, and the Moonlark is just there as 1 as fodder, 2 as added support. That's basically the Moonlark's vibes.
Okay.
Damn sassy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Cannon fodder.
So
It's funny because he also wields a cannon.
yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Here's a little bit about how do we okay, so you have been traveling along a deserted highway basically for the last week, 10 days, probably longer. It's very difficult to tell what time is when you see nothing but the same thing over and over. You are currently on your way to a border fort where you were dispatched to go check out this fort because the previous guardian of the fort was murdered in combat by a giant and the fort has been overrun. So your objective right now has been to go to the next fort, which is the next line of defense, and protect that fort, because the current person in charge is someone who has been around, who has very limited experience, and he has requested help because he has no idea what he's doing. You are Knights of Myth. Myth is the city that you're from. Myth is the only city you're from. It is the only city left standing in the wake of the Cannibal Saints' chaos. Everywhere else, you see ruins, you see desert, you see sand. That's all you see. So currently, you have left Myth. You are almost at the border fort in the Crown Lands. That's the place that it's called, and you are working your way towards one of the border forts. The sun is about to set, and in the distance you spot this giant fort. One side of it is in ruins. It is dilapidated. It is a mess. It looks like it's seen much better days. Yeah, so you are at approach. You will be at the fort in about 10, maybe 15 minutes. And that's where we begin. What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to be in the front of the group, just kind of leading the way. I noticed the fort kind of dilapidated and kind of give a small sigh. Just because this is how things are going to be until things end.
Should we keep our guard up? Just in case?
It's always good to keep your guard up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Generally.
Question. From what we can see, like, since it's only like 10 minutes away, can we like tell from a distance if there's anything roaming around the building?
You can see lights in the fort. The lights are slowly starting to light up. Candles and lanterns and stuff like that. So there is signs of life, which is to be expected because this is where the soldiers retreated to after the other fort fell. If you look closer, you'll probably see a couple of soldiers standing guard at the fort, basically looking for some kind of salvation is what they're hoping for.
And these are soldiers that we're allied with.
Yeah,
right?
these work for the crown. They work for the king of Myth. Yes, the city of Myth.
Well, I guess.
As you make your approach to the fort, you're met with two soldiers standing guard. They look barely 20. They don't even have beards come in yet. They are that young. They're holding spears which are taller than they are, and they try to stop you from entering. You know how the soldiers they use the spears as like an X to stop you from entering, but then they notice you, Sir Darian, and then they remove the spears and they slam it on the ground twice and nod as they let the four of you pass. You barely make it through the gate when you see someone running up to you. You recognize this young soldier as Sir Halston the Oak. He's the one who sent for you. Finally, you're here. It's been so long. We were wondering if you ever got our message or if you even made it. Because this place is dangerous and treacherous, and while he's talking, you hear this loud grinding noise in the background, and he almost has to shout over it to get his words across because of how loud the grinding is. Quick, come in. Let me get you up to speed. There's much to do before we can rest. I know you must be tired, but
yes, of course.
Yeah. He leads you up a spiral staircase up to the top of the tower, and while you're walking through the tower, you see two very large cannons being. So you've heard stories of these cannons, but you've never actually seen one of these in person. The cannons are powered by the gristle and the bone of the undead army. That is what they use because they don't have any gunpowder, they don't have any they don't have enough resources.
So we just grind up bones?
Yeah. So the undead are extremely flammable.
Okay.
So they use the bones and everything else that's left as their gunpowder, as cannons to shoot at as defense, basically. So these are like tall, imposing structures, about like 30-40 feet tall. They are almost the same height as the first layer of the second layer of the fort walls. And you can see that these, as you get higher and higher, you can look into the cannon, because they're standing upright right now, and you see that they're barely about 20% of the way full. You've heard stories about this, about how in the beginning it was a lot easier to find more undead to use as a resource, but lately the powder is starting to run dry because the horde has found other ways of taking care of their dead. Yeah, okay. So he takes you upstairs to the top, and you see a bunch of soldiers and generals and stuff just lounging around. They stand to attention the minute you enter, and he takes you straight to a map of the region. On the map, you can see there's a portion marked out for a place called the Salt Sea, and it shows 6 forts in line, basically along like a straight path from the sea to the city of myths. And along the path there's about 6 forts, each its own line of defense, and you can see 2 X's crossed out on the first 2 forts. So he the dude is shaky. He looks like he hasn't slept in weeks. We need your help. There is a lot of shit going on here. Sir Catherine is dead. She was killed by Gormund, a giant dude works for the Cannibal Saint. It was horrific. She stood no chance. It was bad. And then when she died, everybody just fled, and Gormund has command of the fort now. I don't know what to do. We have we could use some advice. We could use some guidance on what our next step should be.
So I was just gonna kind of go, well, dear, maybe you should rest first, because you're looking a little bit worse for wear, and there's no way you can make a good, sound decision when you feel the way you're feeling. But we're also here to help. We'll figure this out. Promise. Cross my heart. I mean, do you know where this giant... I was listening, my brain's just tired. Giant went? Is it still in the other fort, or...?
Based on our recent information, he has taken command of the fort, and he has taken command of the fort in the name of the Cannibal Saint. And he is it's a mess. The whole place is there's whoever did not escape is never going to make it out of that place.
Well, let's not be so hasty. But it sounds like we got our next location sorted out for us.
You want to go take back the fort? Is that what you're thinking?
Of course. I mean...
What else can we do at this point? What else do you need help with? Apart from just taking back the fort.
Right now, there are a few different things that we have been considering based on the information that we have gathered and based on our scouts. Let me show you what we have. He walks over to the other side of the table, and he's going through some papers. He pulls out a piece of paper, and he's about to show it to you when you hear a loud bell ringing. It's right above you, like not like you can't see it, but it's like you can tell by the sound that it's on the floor or like the level above you, or up top, and it starts to ring really loud, and Sir Halston just immediately drops all the papers he's holding, and he rushes out. Oh no, there's another horde coming! Quick, we could use some help. And he rushes out to the what's it called? The edge of the wall, and trying to look over it. The sun has almost set. There's very little or limited visibility. The moon has not risen yet, and all you can see is the light of the torches in around the fort, and you can hear the sound of undead, or you can hear the sound of feet walking towards towards the
Towards
fort.
us.
You can't tell how many people are, how many members of the horde are around. If this could be a full attack, this could be just a bunch of stragglers. There is no way to know.
Well, can't we go out and this is a fort, right?
Yeah. So you're at
There must be like a wall where you can like walk on top, where like the cannons and stuff like that were.
Yeah. So you're at the third or the fourth level, and there's a couple of more levels above, but you're basically like about 30-40 feet in the air. Or like not in the air, but like 40 feet high, and you're you were in a room, but if you follow him, you're out in the open now, but like next to a wall.
Can I look over the wall?
Yeah.
Well, can I look and see if I can tell how many people are there? I mean, if it's a horde, I must be able to see people approaching.
Yeah. So for a few minutes you see nothing because your eyes are adjusting to the darkness. Plus, it is dark, so it's a little bit of a problem. But then you hear a loud boom, and you hear one of the cannons go off, and you see a large fiery ball erupt from the cannon. It flies up in the air about 100 feet in the air, and it lands out in the distance. And since the cannon is on fire, you can see that there's about 10-20 soldiers who are crushed under the cannon, and there's about the same amount of soldiers walking, not soldiers, like members of the horde, walking towards you. So it's about, you'd say, like, you could tell it's about 20-ish. It's a 20-ish person horde right now.
Is there any way to like tell how much like powder is left by the cannon? Or are we even near the cannon? We're not, right?
You're not near a cannon, but based on what you saw before, you would say like it's not going to run out tonight, but it will run out eventually. Yeah, so the horde is still approaching, and you can hear the soldiers start to panic. You can hear Sir Halston giving orders to the soldiers to notch their arrows and bows, and they're lighting the bows, and you see them shoot, and about 20 arrows go out. They hit the ground. Some of them hit a couple of the horde. They stumble a little bit, but then they keep walking. It seems like these members of the horde are not as flammable as you had heard they would be.
So Darian, what's the call?
Yes.
What do we do?
I think right now we mount a defense.
I'm ready to jump in, right in the middle of them.
We need to get down there as quick as possible. Where's the quickest route?
The Sir Halston gestures to a ladder, which goes all the way down to the bottom. You could take the ladder. It's a lot faster. If you want to go down. If you want, we can also mount an assault from up top. It depends on what you want to do. It's completely up to you. And he literally is like, he takes his helmet off and he's like, you're in charge for now. He's like, I'm out. Not out, but like, I'm not in charge anymore. So you decide.
I'm going down.
Great. I have a sword. I don't have a gun or a bow, so I have to get down too.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have a secondary, and we do have a pistol.
Yeah. You can also pick up, there's like, this is a fort. There's going to be weapons here as well. You could pick up it's completely up to you. It's free reign on how you want to deal with this. There's multiple options that if you ask him, he will give you more options as well. If you want to go out, you go out. If you want to deal with them from up here, you do that. It's completely, yeah.
I'll stay up and offer assistance with my gun from above.
Okay.
So should anyone come too close, I'll be able to handle them for y'all.
Yeah. Okay, so just to get a scene, the layout of the scene, Sir Darian and Angarad the Weeper, you're going downstairs. And Midnight Sally, you're staying up. The Moonlark is going to stay up with you. He just looks over at the rest of you, and he just smirks, readies his hand cannon, and he's ready to shoot. Okay, so we're gonna start with the people downstairs first. So actually, no. By the time it takes you to get downstairs, what would you like to do to prepare Midnight Sally?
I'm gonna there's like a wall in front of me, right? You said I'm gonna put my ready my rifle.
Level. Okay.
Make sure it's loaded and everything's fine and dandy, and I'm gonna put myself in the best position possible so I can keep a good eye on them as they walk and make sure none of the stragglers get too close, or if they miss anyone, I can hit them.
Okay, perfect. The Moonlark is gonna do the same thing. He takes about 10-15 feet away from you. He takes another spot so that you have better coverage. Okay, so now that you're downstairs, by this time you've made it downstairs, Sir Darian and Angarad. So, what is the plan? Do you want to hold the fort? Do you want to go out and fight? What do you want to do?
Do we have any people for close combat besides us?
Yep, you could potentially get a couple of guards
But
to
they're
come with
inexperienced.
you.
Yeah,
They wouldn't be much help, and they might just end up being a hindrance more than help in this situation.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can the undead army turn other people into undeads? Or do you need a mage or a necromancer to do that?
So you have no idea how this happens. From what you have heard, because you have never fought the undead in this situation before. You've mostly been dealing with other situations in different places. But from what you have heard, the undead cannot turn a living person into an undead. They have to die first to become undead. So, if they were to bite you or scratch you, they can't turn you. But if you die, then somehow, nobody knows how, but somehow you are raised and you become part of the undead horde.
So don't die.
Yeah.
So
to put it into today's terminology, they are not zombies, where a bite will infect you and kill you.
Okay. So it's much better not to take these inexperienced soldiers with us, because they might end up dying and then turn against us, which will become harder for us to fight.
Yeah, and you have heard from experience that this is exactly how very easily a small horde can turn into a giant horde and take over everything.
I think our plan is to fortify then. Try to build up some barricades, buy some time for the ranged people to take out as many as they can, and then clean up the rest.
Okay, yeah, that works.
What you said before you went down, though, is that you were gonna go fight them.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't realize.
So, unless you call up, I'm not gonna know this. So, I'm gonna be looking out and making sure no one gets too close, but I'm not under the impression of doing that, of that kind of taking down as many people as possible.
For sake of communication, though, you can communicate with each other across distances because of the magic that imbues you together as a cadre. So that is not an issue.
We got body whisper.
You've got sending stones basically. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll inform Sally of the change of plans.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I will ready my gun to attack then.
Okay, since you have is your gun, is it a sniper? Is it a regular rifle? What is it?
I mean,
Sally.
I'd assume there was a scope on it.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not
I'm
like-
just yeah.
It's not like a sniper rifle, like it's nothing high tech, but it's like a
It's a
gun that
hunting
has
rifle?
like a hunting rifle style. Like it can pack some serious punch, but it also is like more of a traditional rifle than like a fancy schmancy thing.
Okay. So
Like a bayonet.
yeah, Sally, while you're waiting for the horde to get closer so you can get a few shots in, and Sir Darian and Angarad, you are fortifying the fort. So for fortifying is not really a challenge, is not really required. So it's part of the role play. So that's fine. But Sally, something you notice, and for this I will need. There isn't really like a perception check or anything else in this game. So like I don't really need any of that. So it's fine. But what you notice is that in this horde, there's about 20 people in this horde. There are at least 3 who seem to be different. They are walking different. They are dressed different. They have a different aura about them. They're standing upright instead of hunched over like most of the undead look. Something seems to be off about them, but you don't know what it is.
Okay. But they're walking with the horde. Like they're amongst the other people.
Yeah. They are walking. Yeah.
Can I know it's like a distance, but can I, through my scope, can I like make out if they like, I don't just mean like vibe and look wise, like the hunched over, like I'm assuming undead, like they like, in my head undead are always like, kind of like rotting type thing.
Yep.
Like a corpse. Can I tell if these people are like that or not?
So from your scope, from this distance, it kind of looks like they are the same. It looks like exactly like that they have, peeling off skin, leathery, scaly, some part of it is disintegrating because of being dead for so long and all those things. Yeah. So what would you like to do with this information?
Do I feel like they might be more powerful?
It is possible. You don't know for sure. All you know is that they look different, they behave different, and they're acting different. They seem to be almost what's the word?
Human-like?
Yeah. Or anyway, more human than the dead humans, if that makes sense.
Yeah, can I try and do like a safe shot on them? Like a shot I will definitely hit just to see if how they react?
So not a safe shot, but I can give you a challenge here where if you manage to succeed in this challenge, you will succeed in taking at least 2 of these different.
Well, I don't want to take them out. What I mean with set safe shot, I mean like I quite literally want to like shoot their arm or like their chest, like something that's maybe not necessarily lethal, because I want to see if they react differently than what I would expect a dead to react to being shot. That's more what I meant.
Okay. So again,
I'm
since
trying to
there's
gauge
no
if I want to
like,
keep them alive or not.
yeah, there's no like DC or AC or whatever for this. So I'm just gonna say roll a straight D6. If it's more than a 4, if it's a 5 or a 6, your shot hits. If it's lower than that, you will hit one of the other undead. While that's happening, would you like to do anything else, Sir Darian and Angarad?
Okay, I'm just readying up my spear, making sure that I'm also casting poison and cold. I'm gonna cast cold on it.
On your
the
sphere. Okay.
Yeah. So that the tip has a freezing effect on it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So casting in this works very differently, but there is no whatever for casting in this game. So as if you said you did it, you did it. That's basically it.
Okay.
So it's more role play like in that sense. What about you, Sir Darren? What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to try to rally our troops, prepare them, and try to instruct as best as I can how to deal with a horde in the quick amount of time that we have.
Okay, that works. So you're rallying
Also,
the troops.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So the way the the barricade is kept is we can stab people through the barricade. Okay, but they'll have to climb up through the barricade in order to hit us.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. While this is happening, you hear commotion behind you. You see Sir Halston, even though he said that he's given Sir Darien control, he is dragging out he's not dragging out, but he's lit a fire under a cauldron. The cauldron is full of hot oil, and it doesn't look like there's going to be enough time for the oil to boil over to cause any sort of damage to the undead if they decide to climb the walls. But he's doing it as a precaution. Maybe it'll make the walls slippery so they won't be able to climb. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he's trying to do something. Pan, did you roll? Internet died.
They got a 4.
Got a 4.
Yeah, they're just restarting.
Okay, that's fine. We can wait. Yeah. So this dude is freaking out, but he knows he's trained under Sir Catherine, who was an absolutely incredible fighter. So he does know basic tactics, even though he doesn't feel like he's fit to lead just yet because he's still very inexperienced in leading. When it comes to following orders and fighting and doing shit, he knows what to do. So right now he's relying on his training to do that. Yeah.
Up to you, Darien.
Don't think the oil's going to help. I don't know what else we can have him do though.
Can we at least can we ask Sir Holston how the anatomy of the undead army is like what is effective against them apart from just fire?
Basically it's the same as any torso and any creature. Cut off the head, it incapacitates it. But however, these things don't die when the head is cut off, which is why they invented the grinders, both as one to get rid of the dead, but also two as a way to use them for their benefit. So the only way they know to truly get rid of the dead is to grind them into dust.
Okay. So what happens if we cut off the head? Do the body still move, or?
Yeah, it'll wander around endlessly like a headless chicken, basically.
But it can still do damage.
Yeah, if it touches you, if it sees you, it'll hit you. It'll try to hit you, but it doesn't know where it's going, so it's just going to be aimlessly walking around.
Interesting.
So these things have a very strong grip. If they manage to grab your throat, it is very difficult to get away from them unless you cut their hands off. Basically, that's the only way to get away from it.
No, because, even if you cut off the hand, it's still got a grip around your neck, right?
Yeah, but like there's nothing connecting the nerves, right? So it will eventually go loose, but it won't get tighter either. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Pun's back.
My internet's back. Hello.
It'll
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. So on your 4, you fire off a shot. You see it hits, but you can't tell which one of them it hit. And you see one of them stumble, but keep walking. And it's still headed towards you. Like the horde is still headed towards you. So now would be the time for a challenge.
Okay.
Whoever wants to do it, either Sir Darian and Angrad downstairs, or Midnight Sally and Moonlark upstairs. Depending on how either one goes, you might have to do the second challenge as well.
I mean, I'm assuming it would make sense if myself and Lark start, since we're meant to shoot the horde so they can do their task. Not challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that works. So there is like an invisible line in the sand where you know that once they cross this line, your shots will rarely miss, if any. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the challenge for you is not to get the shots in. The challenge for you is to hit the weird creatures that you can't tell what they are. That's the challenge. Because even if you roll a 3 or even if you roll a 2, you will still hit the undead because of how close they are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's the challenge. So the challenge being issued is try to stop whatever these weird things are. Right? Okay. So would you like to? Do you have a reputation that you think could help you here, Sally?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a determined bitch, and I think
Okay.
determination is new.
Okay. Yeah. So give me like a
and I.
like give me a little bit flavor as to how you're going to use your determination to succeed in this task.
I'm gonna use it to hone my focus because I am very determined to ensure that not only the companions that I'm traveling with, but that the people in the fort remain safe. And use it to, make sure I'm on my best behavior, if that makes sense. Not
Okay.
best behavior.
Perfect.
Best focus. English.
Yeah. And you have your gun, so that is your equipment. Are you putting yourself at risk to do this?
I mean, no.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna lean over or anything because that would just be an unnecessary risk.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I have a good shot. I have everything lined up. So no, not really. I guess the only risk would be if the cannon messes up, but that's not a guarantee. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You don't have a reputation that will hinder you. That's great. The task is not unusually dangerous. You're up at a height. You're fine, and you're with your friend, so you're not away from your cadre either. So okay. So you roll a 3d6.
3d6.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. If you roll a 1 or between a 1 and a 3, it's going to be a fail. 4 and 5, you suffer a consequence, but you accomplish your task. And at a 6, you suffer no consequence and you accomplish your task.
Let's see where we're at. I rolled 2 5s.
Let's go. Okay. All right. So, you fire off 3 shots, one after the other. Do you want to describe how your gun fires the shots?
I mean, sure. I mean, it fires like a typical gun, so it has the very loud gun noise.
No, I meant
I know how
with
to
your
describe
shadow weapon,
there.
right? Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me give my introduction.
I thought you were like,
let him cook.
no, I thought you were like, oh no, just bang
I'm
bang
being
shoot.
rushed here.
My bad.
But unlike typically what you see, which is, you know, like you don't typically see anything, it's just a bullet and stuff happens. As the what seems to be a bullet fires out, you can see this almost like a streak of almost pitch black kind of firing at these creatures, and when they hit, it almost like explodes like a puff. See, you took my thunder away, Sassy, from my cute little puffy clouds. There you go. But yeah, that's how the gun shoots. I mean, I don't know if the shadow thing has any effect, because I don't know what these things are, but yeah.
Maybe bind? You could add a bind effect to it.
Well, I don't know, because I don't know how it would affect these special things, but in general, it's like very cold to the touch. If it were to like not hit something essential, it seems like almost like it loses light around those areas. Like quite literally, like the absence of light happens. And yeah, it's like cold. I don't know if it can bind. I don't know if that's an extent, but yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. So okay, so you fire off 3 shots at the 3 things that you see, and when your puff shot fires, you see it go directly into it hits you hit head on, and it's like a headshot, and you see darkness enveloping from the wound, and there's like a black puff smoke, and the thing drops. Like the thing is dead before it even hits the ground. It's dead. The second shot you fire, it chips the thing in its neck. It goes through the neck, and you swear you hear a scream, which, from what you've been told, the undead don't scream. And this second thing also drops dead. Your third shot misses. It does not hit. It hits one of the regular undead, and that undead also falls and kind of is enveloped by the puff of smoke. It's just sort of there. You feel your weapon. You feel the trigger of your weapon kind of get knocked a little bit loose with that third shot, and it's going to take you about 15-20 minutes to reset that. So for the sake of this challenge, you will not be able to use your... If you want to get another challenge in this setting right now, you won't be able to use your gun again. That's the consequence of the 5.
The whole... for the rest of the one shot?
No. For the next half an hour in game time. Basically, okay. You're right now you've stopped. You've taken 3 shots, and now you're fixing the trigger on your weapon. So it's just taking a little bit longer than you thought it would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I heard a scream, can I like look through and see if like the creatures look different? Like if one looks like really shocked.
Yeah. So that's what I was. That's the next thing I was gonna say. I forgot about that. But basically, the undead horde kind of stops when 2 of these things die, and they start to wander away from the fort. Like right now they were marching in like a straight file, and now they kind of start to disperse a little bit, and they're still coming at the fort, but they're a lot less focused than they were before, right? The third person that you saw, you see that they've got their arms outstretched, and they seem to be muttering something under their breath. And for a second, the undead, the 2 horde members who had tried to disperse, they come back in line before dispersing again. And you can see this person sort of drop their hands, almost as if they've spent too much energy in whatever they were trying to do.
Okay. So can I make the assumption that this person can try and control the undead?
Yeah, you can definitely make that assumption. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So since your gun is jammed, Moonlark, and what this third creature does is, he kind of sort of positions himself in such a way that he's crouched behind one of the undead, where if Moonlark tries to shoot, it'll hit the undead because they don't have a clear shot at this third person. Okay, so the horde is now coming towards the fortification that Sir Darian and Angarad have set up, and you have about 30 seconds to decide what you want to do, which does not include communicating with Sally.
I'm ready with my spear through the barricade. And yeah, as soon as I see one in sight, and I'm gonna do pokey poke with my stick. Giant's Fang. That's the plan.
Okay.
Unsheath my sword, and just get prepared to start basically hacking at whatever comes through.
Okay. Sally, do you want to tell these guys anything?
I'm gonna let them know that I'm gonna let them know that it seems like there's a person-like thing there that controls these undead, and to try and aim for them, and that my gun's jammed, so I can't support.
Okay, perfect. What I will let you do, Sally, while this is happening, there are a bunch of weapons lying around at the battlements on the fort. If you would like, you can use one of those weapons to try to shoot these guys down. It's not going to be a challenge or anything. You are just trying to use a different weapon to maybe lessen the effect of the horde on these people. So it's just for flavor, yeah?
Yeah, definitely do that.
Okay, alright. So, this is a situation which requires one of you, either Sir Darian or Angarad, and if you fail, then the other one can attempt it. Because the plan, basically, the challenge that is being issued now is... So, how do I do this? I'm trying not to railroad you or like whatever, but like basically what I'm saying is Sally has told you that one of these creatures is potentially not an undead. It could be something else. So your challenge is, while you're hacking and slashing, to attack and kill the one who is not human. That is your goal, because based on what Sally's told you,
undead.
No, the one who is not undead, right? Or the one who is different.
Yeah, because you said the one that's not human. They're all not human.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, the one who is different, because based on what Sally's told you, it's possible that this horde could be easier to deal with once that person has been taken care of. So which one of you would like to go first is perfectly fine.
I feel like since I'm unprincipled, I'm not gonna wait behind the barricade any longer.
Okay.
I think I would jump in at this point and try and flush the commander, I guess, the general of the lot, and try stab that guy.
Holy shit! Okay, let's do it. All right. So, challenge has been issued. You have a reputation using your unprincipled reputation. That's perfect. You have equipment. That's another D6. You're putting yourself at risk. That's another D6 because you're going into the horde, right?
Yep.
Yep. And this task is unusually dangerous. No, wait. You lose a D6 for that. My bad. No. Wait. The task in itself is not that dangerous, because the task was to find the main whatever bad guy, right? But you're putting yourself at risk on top of that. So that's, you get a D6, you don't lose a D6. So that's 3D6. And you're doing it, even though technically you moved away, you're within the same range. So you're not that far off from your friend. So you're going to roll 4D6.
Okay. So I just type
exclamation
R,
space 4D6,
right?
Yep.
Oh, nice. 1, 6, 6, and 2.
Okay, perfect. All right. You go in. You're like, fuck this shit. Do you want to describe it actually?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, all right. You go in. You're like, fuck this shit. I have a fucking freeze spear on me. You walk in. You're surrounded by this horde. And you're like, there you are. And without second thought, your spear goes through this thing's heart. You see ice forming around where its heart would be. And your blade is out. It's coated in frozen blood. And before you even get a chance to do anything else, I'm going to take a little bit of creative liberty here. Sir Darian and a couple of soldiers rush in behind you, and they take out the rest of the horde with ease.
Nice.
So, in the wake of this is what has happened. You have succeeded in your challenges. Both of you have. One maybe with a little bit of damage to your weapon, which has been fixed, and one with seemingly no issues at all. You gain 1 showdown token because you rolled a 6, and you can keep that for later. It is 7. Okay, we have an hour and a half. No, wait, we have 2.5 hours, right? Yes, we have enough time.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got that.
Okay, good. This is we're at good pace, hopefully. All right. So the soldiers carry the undead inside. They bring them all in to use as fodder for the thing. And this is where it's going to get a little bit descriptive, weird. So bear with me. If it gets too much, I will stop immediately. Right. 2 of the people that Midnight Sally shot, the 2 not regular undead people, they're not. You can't tell what happened to them because of the shadow and blade and everything. The shadow weapon. Their bodies have basically decomposed. There's nothing left. All that's left is to throw them in the cannon. The one that you stabbed in the heart, that one also mostly has been frozen, and you can't really tell much. But as you're dragging the body inside, you see that its face falls off, and obviously immediately you see it happen in real time. And what do you want to do with that?
With the face?
No, with what just happened. How are you going to react to that?
Oh. It's like, what would it do to the face?
Just the face peels off, is what you're saying?
That's what it
What's
looks like
underneath the
from the distance. Yeah.
Can I go over to where it is? Like tell them whoever's carrying it to stop? And like
Yeah.
rush over there?
Yeah. So
I'll accompany Sally as well, because if at all it's still alive, I can always use my spear as a, stick to pull it up and move it around, kind of thing.
Just like poke.
Yes.
so this thing looks human, like as human as you do. They stink like the undead, but they're human. The leather,
Can
the
I
mask
tell if it's
that
bleeding?
oh yeah, so the stab wound, it's frozen over, so there is no blood, but you can tell this body has blood in it, right? This is a human being that was wearing undead skin to pass as the undead.
I hate that.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, and based on what you have experienced so far, you can kind of sort of tell that these humans have the ability somehow, somewhere, to raise and control the undead. Actually, yeah, you know what? I said it now. It's fine. I wanted to say control, but I didn't want to say raise because you don't know that. But now I said it. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, Sassy, we can also just say you told us this, but our characters assume we don't know that.
Yeah.
True.
It's fine, Sassy, don't worry.
True. Yeah. So your characters kind of sort of feel like, based on what you've experienced with what Sally saw and everything, that these things are controlled. That these things were being controlled by these 3 human magic users. Well, you think it's magic, you're not really sure, because it could be anything. It could be some sort of sophisticated, I don't know, fucking garlic that they were using because they smelled the garlic. I don't know, right? It could be anything. You don't know. I'm just spitballing.
Garlic is magic.
Yeah, you're right, actually. So this whole so basically, and Sir Hoss, what's his face? The dude, Sir Halston. Yes, Sir Halston. Yeah. So he is with you, and he's visibly shaken by this. He's like, we'd heard rumors that the horde was being controlled, but we never really got any proof. We never really looked at the undead we've killed. But it makes sense. The undead that we've seen, that our scouts have seen, seem to be just wandering around aimlessly. But these undead look like they were on a mission. This explains everything.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, who knows how many more great people are controlling these undead? I guess we gotta go figure that out.
Okay, yes. Now that we've dealt with this for now, come with me, quick. I had to show you the thing. So he leads you back upstairs while his soldiers are taking care of the undead, and they're tossing the bodies into the grinder and all of that shit.
By the way, Ryu needs to be is BRBing a second.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. My bad.
Figured I'd say before we reveal the big thing.
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't looking at chat. Get some rest, Laura. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And Rage, you also go sleep. Fuckers, going to bed at 7 in the morning. What is this bullshit? But okay, good night. Good morning, I guess.
You're saying this like that's not you.
Fair enough. It's also a Saturday morning, so...
Yeah. The amount of times where I'll be like, text Sassy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get a response till like tomorrow, and then Sassy writes me back, and I'm like, Sassy, the fuck you doing awake? It's like, oh, actually, I'm going to bed right now. I'm like, what you mean?
Give me a second.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this dude takes you up to back to the room and introduces you to Korth. Korth is the leader of the scouts, and he's been sending people out on missions across the far wastes to see what they can do to fight against the bullshit with what's it called? Fuck. With the cannibal saint. Yes, that. Okay. So right now they have come up with 3 solutions that they could do potentially, which they relate to you. The first option is to lay siege on Fort Creek, to re-establish dominance on the fort, take it back for the crown. The second option is go after the giant, Gorman. The information that Halston had was incorrect. The giant is not at the fort anymore. He killed Sir Catherine, seized the fort, and then he decided to go off on his own to do whatever he wanted, because to have a celebratory feast is what they have been told. And the scouts who came back were terrified. They looked like they had severe PTSD, and they looked like they were seconds away from throwing up when they came back with this information about a special feast. So I'm just going to leave that as vague as possible. The third option is something that they have been considering for a while. There is the the cannibal saint has a bunch of allies in the far west. One of these allies is are the muzzled. No wait, they're the wake. Sorry, the wake. The wake are a group of vultures who scour the skies and spy on the cannibal saint. They are led by the great mourner, Ogvard, who commands the vultures as if they are his own children. He has the ability to talk to them. The vultures.
What's the guy's name? Sorry.
The
great what?
The great mourner, Mourner.
Okay. I heard moaner, and I was like, "That's not right."
Yeah, that's what I heard the first time I played it. So I feel you.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
Yeah. So it's Ogvard, the great mourner, who commands the vultures as their leader. On the opposite side of the far west sit the muzzled. The muzzled is a gunsmith wizard who manufactures weapons for the army of the cannibal saint. He has he manufactures weapons for the cannibal saint because he has no choice, but he also is extremely hostile and will shoot at anyone who approaches, regardless of what banners they are carrying. So you have three options. One, technically it's four. One, you go assault the creek. Two, you hunt down the giant to seek revenge and also to put a damper on the cannibal saint's army. Three, you attempt to ally with the wake, with the vultures. Or four, you attempt to ally with the muzzled. Try to get the wizard on your side to manufacture weapons for you instead of the cannibal saint. If you want, I can go through these four options again. But basically, Sir Halston and Korth both are like, we don't have enough people to do all of these things. We don't have enough people to do even one of these things. If we need your help, whichever option you pick is what we will go with for the foreseeable future.
What?
So-
So it's go to the feast?
Yeah, so the first one is try to get the fort back that was seized by the giant. The second one is to hunt down the giant wherever he's having his feast. The third option is to ally with the vultures who scour the skies. And the fourth option is to ally with the gun manufacturer.
I mean, I feel like allying with the gun manufacturer might be the best way.
I feel the weight would be more useful because we can use them as scouts. Plus, yeah, they're vultures. They like corpses. They'll eat them. So, like a natural enemy kind of thing.
I mean, fair.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the tasks that you are picking also have different things to do. Like the assault on the creek is going to be an all-out war. The finding Gormand is going to be a battle, but it's also going to be some tracking. Allying with the wake is more diplomacy, and allying with the muzzled is diplomacy, but also a lot of patience because he's going to shoot at you if you step near where he is. So all of these things have their pros and cons. So like, it's completely up to you which one you want to do. I have options for all of them. The quick start gives us options for all of them. So
I don't know. I'll do as what Sir Darian says.
Sir Darian would like to go for the giant, but it sounds like we're split between everything.
I mean, I was gonna say, I mean, I would go for either the vulture or the gun, mostly because having more allies is always good, and getting rid of guns that the enemy has is always a good ploy. Access to weaponry for the enemy.
I think it sounds like we're going for the mourner then.
Okay, all right. Okay, so all right. So Sir Halston and Korth, they both they're like it's dark, it's late. Get some rest tonight. You can leave in the morning. We'll give you supplies and everything else you need for the journey. It'll probably take you a day or two to get to where the mourner usually lives. And yeah, so the night is yours to do whatever you'd like to. And then in the morning we can pick up and leave.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Do you want to do something through the night, or do we fast forward to the morning?
I mean, I was just gonna I guess wait till the morning. Well, I was gonna maybe make sure my weaponry and all that is good, but that's about it.
Okay.
I'm just sitting around the campfire, telling about the tales about how I was very courageous and going in and stabbing the leader.
Okay.
Kind of thing. With the rookies around.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a nudge here. Angarad the Weeper is the guardsman of the Lady of the Slain, who is the god of corpses and battlefields. You are going to investigate. No, you're going to investigate. You're going to attempt to partner with the mourner, who commands vultures who consume dead bodies, which is corpses. Is that something you want to do there?
Yes. So that was my plan as well, because I have the discreet option as well. So I was going to use that later on.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to do through the night?
I don't have anything.
No.
Okay. All right. So the night comes and it goes. You try to get some sleep. You try to get some rest. There's an uneasiness in the air. Your dreams are they are full of the horrors you have seen within one day of being here. Less than a day of being here, actually. Angarad, you, and Sir Darian, actually. Even Midnight Sally. Fuck it, all three of you.
Mm-hmm.
You have a dream about... You can't tell what the dream is. Angarad, in your dream, corpses are talking to you, but they don't speak in a voice that you know. But when they start speaking, you can tell that it's the voice of the cannibal saint. He is disappointed that the guardsman of the god of corpses would choose to go against all of this. Everything I do is to make sure that the corpses have an extra life. And you are here getting rid of all the work that I put in, all the people that I train to raise the undead. There is still time, Angarad. Give up your foolish attempt to try to defeat me. Sir Darian does not know what he's doing. You, however, know how important it is to use the corpses the way that they are supposed to be used. Come join me. I will give you unlimited power. You will be able to raise as many corpses as you like. You will be my second in command. Before you have a chance to reply or respond, the dream fades away. And you wake up and it's the morning. Sir Darian, when you go to bed, you have dreams of your blade talking to you, your cursed blade. You see life as if it's you're seeing it through the blade that's been passed down from generations. You see the blade have a life of its own, have a mind of its own. And the blade, at the end of the entire life that you see of the blade, from the day it was made to when it was cursed, and to now with you, you see it turns to you and you see a mouth form at the hilt and it starts to talk to you. You do not recognize the voice, but the minute it starts talking, you know this is the Cannibal Saint. He admonishes you, Sir Darian, the Amber-Hearted. You give yourself a title that means absolutely nothing. You pretend to be brave and valiant in the face of your inevitable doom, but you have nothing to show for yourself. At the end of the day, I will succeed. I will get what is rightfully mine. The city of myth will be mine, and you will be left as another one of my undead. Or come join me, become my second in command. I will give you power, wealth, and riches beyond your imagination. Get rid of your companions, bring me their bodies, and I will make sure everyone who hears the name Sir Darian shakes in their boots. Before you can respond, the dream fades away and you wake up to the sound of soldiers getting stuff ready for the day. Midnight Sally, your dreams are full of your adventures as a bandit queen. The people that you saved, the people you could not save, the people you looted. You, through one of the people that you tried to save but could not, you hear a voice and you recognize this voice. This voice is the voice of the Cannibal Saint. Someone who was a roamer like you, who was a bandit. Someone who was tired of fighting for scraps and decided to take what was his. We used to be so good together. We fought side by side as friends. We accomplished so much, and then you just left. You left me alone to deal with whatever this was. You left me to die. But I didn't die. I became someone else. I became something else. And it took... I had to eat my way out of the grave that you left me in. But I did. And look at me now. There is still time. You may have betrayed me, but I have never betrayed you. Come join me. Become my second in command. Like we were meant to be. I will give you power, wealth, anything you want. I just want my friend back. And before you can respond, the dream fades and it is the morning.
He was friends with the the cannibal? What?
The Cannibal Saint's backstory is wild, is what it is. Okay. So it's the morning. It is time to set off on your adventure to go find the mourner, the great mourner. Yeah. Do you want to do anything else before you leave? Before you set off on...
Supply check?
Yeah. You have supplies. You have a bunch of shit. it's yeah. You basically have all the supplies you need. They've given you stuff, at least enough for like a week's worth of food.
Ration?
Yeah, basically. It's supposed to take you only 2 days to get there and 2 days to come back, but shit happens, so they've given you at least a week worth of supplies.
Yeah.
You can tell that they don't have enough for themselves, but this is a priority, so they've given you more than they can afford to.
Okay.
And yeah, so are you gonna set off to the far west?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
So the most of your day is slow and uneventful. You travel through the day across the desert. There's a narrow, twisted path that leads to wherever you need to go. They've told you to go west. That's all they know. They know that the Cannibal Saint is west. Sorry, the Great Mourner is west of where you are. Yeah, and as you make your way, you stop for around midday. It's about high noon. In the distance you see a large storm cloud. Okay, not a large. It's not a storm cloud. It's a large. It looks like the earth is moving towards you. Based on your experience and what Halston and Karth told you, this looks like another horde. They look like they're wandering around aimlessly, but based on your trajectory, you will what's the word? You will intercept them, or they will intercept you in about the next couple of hours. You can choose to go through them, plow through the horde, or you can choose to go around them. Going around them will take you another 6 to 8 hours added to your journey at least, but you will be safe from the horde.
It's only us three, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
4.
Yep.
Oh,
4.
yeah.
I think it'd be best if we just avoided this.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean,
So-
if we avoid it, would they go towards the castle that we just saved, the fort that we just saved?
So from this
Would
distance,
they
it's
be
too
able to
far to
handle it?
tell. It's too far to tell from this distance where they're headed, but it doesn't look like they're headed in any particular direction. They're just, roaming aimlessly. It seems like they don't have someone to control them at this moment in time.
We could try and sneak past them, but that could also result in us getting very injured.
So
Yeah.
the undead, if they don't see a target, they just wander aimlessly. But when they see something, they will immediately get focused towards the set thing. So yeah, so you can go through or you can go around. Either option is fine. So what's the
I'd say
plan?
go through, because less of the horde to face later on.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a consensus.
Yeah. So if you're concerned, I'm just going to be honest, if you're concerned about the numbers, this horde is nothing compared to how big the undead horde is. So it's like a drop in the bucket. If that's why you want to go through. If there's another reason, then it's fine. But if that's the only reason, then
Okay. I think we'll go for it then.
through the horde, or
Of course.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
You okay with that?
Okay. Yeah. So you go through. You go straight, and as you get closer and closer, you see that there's about 50, 60 people on the horde. They are they've got they're just wandering around aimlessly, and they haven't spotted you yet. So you have time to prepare before you do something else.
I guess I'll ready my pistol.
Okay.
My rifle.
All right.
So, before that, is my poison lethal to the zombies? I mean, sorry, the undead.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I can use it and...
Holy shit.
Huh?
Epic
What?
Boob just raided.
Oh,
Got raided.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing D&D. We're playing Inevitable. Technically, it's not D&D. But hi, welcome in. Very little interaction with chat because of that. But I really appreciate it. It means a lot. We're playing this really cool game where these guys are a bunch of knights trying to fight an undead army. So if you like that sort of thing, yeah. Alright, what were you saying to you?
No, I was just asking about the lethality of my poison.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, it's not like, a human where if you stab someone with your poison, they, will take time to die or whatever. Your magic has your spear has been specially enhanced, and your stuff has been enhanced to make it a lot easier for you to kill the undead. So whether you use poison or freezing or whatever, there is no status effect that they will get. It will just be quicker to take them down. That's just it.
Okay. So I'm gonna coat my fang with poison.
Okay.
This time.
Yeah.
And yeah. Are we on horsebacks?
Yes, you are on horsebacks. Sir Darian, what is your plan?
I think my plan is just charge through.
Okay, alright.
I rely more on my blade than I do firearms.
What are you doing in my swamp? Okay, sorry. I always like to hear that. Yeah, okay. So Sir Darian is going in, charging in with his sword. Angarad, are you charging in with your spear as well, or what are you planning on doing?
Yep.
Okay, and Sally.
I'll go side by side, yeah.
Sally, you have your gun on you. Do you want to go in with a sword of your own, or do you want to stand back and do the shooty shoot?
How far away are the undead? Are they very close?
They are getting closer. You're on horseback. You're riding towards them. So I would say about whenever you decide to do what you need to do, they will be within shooting range.
I will do the shooty bang bang then.
Okay, alright, perfect. So, this challenge is going to be for Sir Darian and for Angarad, not for Midnight Sally, because you're trained enough with your weapon that you don't need a challenge. It's going to be easy enough for you to take out these horde fuckers, whatever, it's fine. So it's easier for... Yeah, okay. So we'll start with Sir Darian this time. Right, so your plan is you're going in to face the horde with your friend, but you're charging into a horde, right? That's the thing? Alright, so are you planning on using a reputation for this?
I was going to use Valiant.
Okay, perfect.
Leading the way, and then using my sword to chop at as many of the undead as I can.
Okay. Give me a little bit flavor on how you're using Valiant to as a reputation?
I think leading the charge and then being the first one within it, as well as being the first one to risk themselves, is how I show my valiance.
Okay, perfect.
That makes sense.
That does. All right. So, you are using a reputation. That's one. You are using your equipment. That's two. You're putting yourself at risk. That's three. However, this task is also unusually dangerous. So you lose one dice, and you're doing it with your friend, so you don't lose anything else. You're going to roll a 3d6.
Okay. No.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Okay. I'm gonna describe this together. Angrad, your turn. You are going in. Are you planning on using a?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Unshakable.
Okay.
So basically, I'm gonna with my boots. I planted myself onto the horse, kind of thing. Like, kind of feel like tied up on the horse, so that even if the horse gets flung, I feel like I can push the horse down with whatever strength I have, making sure that the horse stays. I don't know. I'm zoning out also in a bit.
No,
Sorry.
makes sense. It fits. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm trying to do.
That works. All right. So you have a reputation you're using. That's one. You're using your spear. That's two. You're putting yourself at risk. That's three. You lose one because it's dangerous. And then, so you roll 3d6.
Oh, I got a 6.
Okay.
6-1.
Perfect. Okay. So here's what happens. Sir Darian is leading the charge, and you're basically side by side, but Sir Darian is like one step ahead of you, leading into this. You plow through, Sir Angrad, without looking around, left, right, whatever. You have your spear out. It's like holding it like a fucking javelin, and you're just plowing through the horde of undead. Like whatever. Like you've gone through like 10, 15, 20 of these fuckers before you even turn around to see what's going on. As you turn, Sir Darian, you with your sword, you take out one, you take out two, you take out three, and then your horse gets hit by one of the undead. You're trying to trample them with your horses, but with the hooves, but the undead is too strong, and they start to surround your horse and you can feel them scratching and clawing at your legs and your thighs and at the horse. This at this point, Midnight Sally, you have an option to accept a challenge to try to rescue your friend.
Sure, I will accept the challenge.
Okay, perfect. So, are you using a reputation for this?
I need to look at my reputations again.
Determined, sanguine, and caring.
Yeah, I'm very caring. I care for these people, so I want to make sure that they stay alive.
Okay, perfect. So, caring, you have your gun, and you have you're far away, so you're not putting yourself in danger. So that's good. But this is also not dangerous. Well, technically, this is dangerous because it's dangerous for your friend, but not for you. so it doesn't count in your pool. So you roll a 3d6.
Okay. I have a 5.
Okay, perfect.
I
5.
rolled
5
2
works.
ones otherwise.
Oof. Okay, so 5 is good. You fire off a bunch of shots with your rifle. You don't have time in this situation to get your magic involved. So these are just regular bullets. And you fire off shots. 3, 4, 5 of these guys go down. In the meantime, Angarad, you've turned around, you've seen what's happening. You rush to help Sir Darian as well. And you take down a few of the horde, and combined together, you manage to what's the word? To take out most of the horde, right? The whatever's left, they scatter, and because you rolled a 5, Sally, your what's it called? The
Battle jams.
No, the thing, the scope on your weapon is knocked a little bit loose because of how quickly you were firing. So now, till the next morning, you won't be able to use the scope on your weapon because it'll take you a while to repair it, and you can't do it while riding. So you have to stop and sit down and do it there. So, yeah, Sir Darian, since you rolled a 3, your horse is badly wounded, and it is fine. It is not going to die, but it is difficult for you to continue on the horse. To continue riding the horse. So you're gonna have to leave the horse behind if you want to continue on this adventure. That's a consequence of the failure. It was a 3. If it was a 1, probably would have been goodbye, Sir Darian. So, or maybe goodbye horse too. So.
Will that result in a reputation change too?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Instead of, because I was thinking instead of valiant, foolhardy.
Yeah, so I was gonna mention this. All 3 of you gain a reputation based in this challenge. So for Sir Darian, foolhardy perfectly works. Angarad and Sally, what do you think? What reputation do you think you've gained based on this challenge?
Feel like more of a bloodseeker kind of thing.
Okay, bloodthirsty. That could work.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the word. It's not protective. I guess protective.
Do you want me to look up protective synonyms?
It's probably not going to come up, but like. Maybe no, loyal. I think probably loyal is the better way of saying it.
Okay.
Like loyal to a fault type situation of like put yourself in harm's way to save friends. But I'm pretty sure there's a word for it, but I can't remember it. So we'll go
selfless,
with loyal.
Maybe? Selfless would work? I don't know. But loyal is good for now. Whichever one you prefer.
Loyal's good with me.
Okay, alright. Okay, so you've gotten rid of the horde. They're mostly just been wrecked. And you continue along the way. Sir Darian, you can either ride with Midnight Sally or with Angarad. The horse currently is going to have to be left at the side of the road.
We can't take the horse with us.
It's too hurt to travel. So what you can do is leave it a little bit rations, a little bit water, and maybe come back for it, or hope that it figures out a way to. Ideally, you would want to come back for it because it's your favorite horse. So yeah, So basically, on the way back from the what's his fucking name, the mourner, you can try to see if they come back. If the horse is recovered enough to come back, basically. All right, okay. So you keep heading west. As it starts to get a little bit darker, you see vultures circling above you. They literally fly up to right where you are, circle over you, and then fly back to whichever direction they came from. They are it's starting to get a little bit darker as well, and you were told this would take at least 2 nights. So at this point, you can push through the night, try to get there in the morning, or you can rest here for the night and continue on as the day progresses in the morning, basically. What are we doing?
I feel like we should take a break just so Sally can take care of her scope.
Yep.
At least.
But with my knowledge of corpses and battlefields, vultures are where there are a lot of death.
Yeah, so
and
we know
it
we're
feels,
near.
Yeah, we are near something.
True, yes. But you also know that the guy you're going to see controls vultures. So it's possible that these are scouts, not vultures feeding. They are spying on you. So it's possible either way, right? So it's up to you.
I mean, I'm good with fixing our scope. My scope.
Yeah, I think we should fix the scope before we do anything. So
Okay.
we're at our peak condition as much as we can be.
All right, so it's the evening now, and you are all settled down, resting against some rocks, your tents, stuff that you carried with you, and everything. Midnight Sally is hard at work fixing her scope, and the scope, it's almost completely fixed, and night is starting to fall, and now this is when you start to hear it. You start to hear the war cries from, you can't tell where. It feels like they're everywhere. It sounds like the war cries of a horde. The horde, it could be anywhere. It sounds like it's from leagues away. It's you can tell as you hear the cries. You can feel a shiver run down your spines. These are the armies that are gathering to destroy Myth. It is, and you feel you're in your gut. It tells you that you don't know if you can stop it. Sally, you don't know if you can stop them.
Okay.
Sally, your scope is almost fixed when you hear flapping nearby. On top of a large rock, you see a giant vulture. Vulture looks bigger than any of the vultures you've seen. It looks older. Looks old, not older. You haven't seen that many vultures, you can't tell. But looks old. And it looks like it's staring you right in the eyes, each of you one by one. And it just turns its head to look in another direction before it turns back to look at you. And it takes off and begins flying away slowly. Kind of feels like he wants you to follow him. And this is where we're going to take a break. Yes, so there's a vulture who looks like it wants you to follow him. what do we do?
An old vulture.
Yep.
I guess we follow the vulture.
I'll follow the leader.
Following the vulture.
Right.
Yeah.
It kind of
But it's still the middle of the night, right? I mean, evening-ish sort
it's
of thing.
about like, I would say like 7:38-ish p.m. Yeah. So the sun is set, but it's not that late yet. So yeah, you follow the vulture. It stops every few hundred feet, so you can catch up because he flies a lot faster than your horses can ride. Finally, as you
Yeah.
feel like this is going to take forever, you come across a giant metallic gate. The gate is it's an iron gate, not a metallic gate. It's an iron gate with spikes and kind of like a curved entrance on top of it, like an archway. But even the gate is kind of curved under the archway, if that makes sense. And
Yeah, it's bent out of shape, you mean?
no, it's like the top of the gate is kind of curved,
Okay. Okay.
like to represent an archway, basically to look like an archway. So by design, because some idiot architect designed it.
Okay.
That would have been a lot funnier if you understood context for it, because it's a YouTuber that I watch who hates architects because he's an engineer. That's basically it.
Okay.
Anyway, so you stop at the gate and you can hear voices inside. You can hear someone talking, muttering, whispering under their breath. And you can tell that this place, it's a graveyard. It's a graveyard for
Feels like
a
home.
city that stood here. The city has been lost to the ravages of time, to the ravages of the cannibal saint. All that's left of the city is the graveyard. The vultures sits on top of the one of the pillars that connect the gate, and it just sits there, and it looks expectantly at the four of you. Almost as he's like, "Well, go in already." So, it's the middle of the night.
I ain't gonna be
Yeah.
the first one to go in.
Yeah. So it's the middle of the
Yeah,
night. You're right outside a graveyard, and there's a vulture that wants you to go through.
Yeah. For me, I'm used to it, and I feel at home with this kind of setup. So I take the invitation up, I push the gates, and I go forward. And I look back at Sir Darian and Sally, expecting them to follow me.
Yeah.
Yes, we're following and going into the spooky graveyard.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's fine.
As you start
Something's gonna
walking
happen.
inside, you
Something's
notice.
gonna happen.
Oh yeah, definitely. You notice that the graves don't look like graves. The headstones are broken.
What?
The graves
Oh.
are where there should be graves. There's holes that have been dug. There's nothing left. As you walk in, you come across two very large trees, and you see bones hanging from the trees with holes in the bones on the edges of the bone. You know how like a skeleton.
Oh,
To eat the cartilage out
like a
kind of thing.
wind chime. I was like,
Basically like that.
in my head, all I had was like a
But-
wind chime.
Um,
So you know, like when it's like if the wind hit it, it would whistle.
Yep.
Oh, it actually is a wind chime. Okay.
So it's not designed to be a wind chime, but it serves as one sometimes if it's too windy. But like there's like if you look closely at some of the bones, the edge of each bone, it looks like it's been broken into, and the marrow has been emptied. And there's like thousands of bones. You can recognize femurs, rib cage, arms, whatever else, right? Skulls, of course. And as you continue walking, the further in you get, the more undisturbed the land looks. Like the beginning.
Can I ready myself up?
Yeah,
with my
definitely.
spear?
Yeah, definitely. So basically, like the edges were the first to be used, and the further in you go, there's still bodies left, basically. You see under a large tree, like the tree looks like it's like a fucking giant ass fucking tree, right? That's the best way to describe it.
It looks like a tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a giant ass fucking
Really old tree.
Yeah, old and but strong, but like tree. Yeah, you see there is a dude sitting. No, there's a dude standing over one of the graves and barking orders at a bunch of other people to continue digging and to get the bodies out. As you get closer, you realize that the dude barking orders looks very similar to the other dudes that you came across earlier the previous day, where the way he's dressed and everything. And he's dressed
like the undead's leader kind of thing.
Yep. So he's dressed in the skin of the dead, basically.
Like a meat coat?
Something like exactly like that. So like, and you can't tell from this distance, but each piece is from a different source. Like the face, the arms, the hands, the legs. All of it is from a different source. Dude looks like that's all he's wearing as clothes as well. They're like he's not wearing actual clothes on top of what he's wearing. And so while he's barking orders, you see one of the people he's yelling at climb out of the grave, and it's one of the undead. It's an undead that he's barking orders at, who is following his instructions almost as if he understands what the dude is saying. To the letter. And so you're basically like about 30 feet away from him. He hasn't noticed you yet.
I can't make out what you're saying, Sassy, because for me you're sounding a bit robotic.
Oh, wait.
Oh, it's fine on my end.
I'll disconnect and come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I can't. Oh.
Hi. Hello.
Sassy, can you do a small favor? Can you change the region? It's at Frankfurt right now. Can you change to, say, Amsterdam or something like that?
I don't know how to do that.
Does Discord let you change it in servers?
So the voice connected.
If I click on it, it just says average ping 163.
Right next to general where we are sitting, there should be a gear icon, right?
Oh, okay. Region override is automatic. Where do I put it?
Put it to either Amsterdam.
I don't have Amsterdam. I have Rotterdam, which is...
Yeah, I also don't have Amsterdam. I have Brazil, Hong Kong, India, Japan, Rotterdam, Singapore, South Africa, Russia, US Central. Why is there no...
Then put Rotterdam then.
Okay. Wee woo. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The rest of you, is this okay? We Gucci?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yep.
Alright. Poggers.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, all good. So this dude, you're about 30 feet away from him. He hasn't noticed you yet, and but you can tell that there's a bunch of undead that are obeying his every whim and whatever. So if you were to go attack him head on, this would be a difficult, very challenging fight. So yeah, the rest is up to you. The vulture
Okay.
is
So-
still watching, by the way. Huh?
Can we attempt to talk? Because we know from the previous corpse that it used to be a human, right? This guy
Mhm.
could also be a human. So
He's definitely a human.
Okay.
Like he's
So-
barking orders at the undead. He's telling them what to do. So he's definitely human.
Okay. Do you want to talk to him? Maybe. Like, hey, we're not here to fight. We just want to talk. Or we could, is there any buildings around or something that we can take cover?
Nope, it's an open graveyard.
Nearby?
There might be a bunch of trees, but the trees are like at least 60 feet away. So
Do you want to talk to
We
him?
can try talking.
Yeah, I think talking should be our first go. Since he's not hostile right now.
And
We
can
come
we
in.
give this task to Moonlark?
Steve, talk to yourself.
You really said, I'm going to use you as Conan founder. I'm taking you up on that offer.
Listen, I did this when I was playing. I did this setting, so I
Mhm.
don't want to go in with that knowledge because I know what I did last time, and I don't want to
I'll go.
take away from the fun for you guys.
I will go say hi to the creepy guy in the meat suit.
No,
Okay.
the only reason why I'm saying Moonlark is because there's Perceptive, there's Sagacious, and Free-Willed.
You know what? I'm full
So-
already. I'm going first.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna,
Who's going?
we're gonna go together, holding hands.
Fine.
I have the discreet, okay?
You stay back
So-
then. Fine, be a coward.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah, look,
I
me and
love
Sally
this.
are gonna talk to the creepy guy.
We got this. Let's go.
Okay, how do you approach?
Go. Carefully but assured.
No, as
What
in
do you
like,
mean,
what do you say? What do you do? That kind of thing.
I'm gonna go. Howdy do. My name is Midnight Sally. We come in peace.
He's gonna immediately whip around, look you up and down, both of you. Look over at Angrad and Moonlark and Midnight Sally. Did you say? That name sounds familiar.
Well, I was once a renowned bandit queen. Not near here, but you never know. Word travels far.
No, not that. You
May I-
work for the King of Myths, don't you? You're his knights. Why are you here? And immediately
Why not?
the 5 creatures step out of the graves and they look right at you confrontationally.
We're not
Why-
here to harm you.
You work for the King of Myths. That in itself is enough for me to take your head to the cannibal's end.
Let's not be hasty. We don't need to go quite that far yet. We just want to talk.
What would I have to talk to you about?
I mean, I'm sure you don't want your undead to be used as cannon fodder anymore.
They're the undead. I can just make more. And one of them looks over at him almost like its feelings are hurt, and then it looks back.
You hurt
And
that
it-
one's feelings.
It's fine. I'll make another one and hurt his feelings too.
Have they unionized yet?
Don't say that. Don't put ideas in their head.
Well, if you're not treating them nicely, then maybe they should. I'll gladly help them. I'm quite good at writing contracts. Undead strike, let's go.
There will be. He turns to the
famous third union.
whatever. He turns to his horde and is like, "Do not listen to what they say. They're just trying to trick you. Unions never work. All they want is your money."
Trick you? Hey, I was a bandit queen, but even my bandits were unionized.
Holy shit.
Hmm.
You're getting outshone by banditry?
Yeah.
I mean, the knights are even unionized.
It's great, isn't it? I mean, unions are wonderful. They offer really good protection.
Do you
Medical
even get
insurance.
dental?
And healthcare. You know, make sure your lovely undeadness stays as healthy as ever and as long lasting as ever. You know, like, you know, maybe a limb falls up, we'll make sure it gets back attached to you. Maybe quite good as new, but good enough.
I was not expecting this.
Union.
Oh my god.
Oh no! I was not prepared for
We have
this.
this idea in our head.
Look, if I'm gonna join the cannibal saying, I'm gonna make a union and make it worse for him.
Yeah, exactly. If we're gonna switch sides, I will only do that if I get a good health plan. 401k.
Oh man.
Good pension, you know.
The dude looks shaken, but he stands up straight and he raises his arms, and you can hear a rumbling under in the graves. It's like he's waking up more of the dead to turn them into undead.
I just want to
Enough.
yell.
Stop!
No, unions.
Stop
No.
talking! I
No.
will unleash my horde
You
upon
will
you.
what? Yeah, but you've not unionized your horde. You can't just like control them like that. It's not very nice.
Without me, they would be dead. So
Yeah, but with you, what are they? Just mindless husks? That's not very nice of you. Bring them back from the dead just to make them do what you want.
I serve the cannibal saint. I do what he wants.
Serve do what he wants, do what you want. End of the day, you're forcing you to do things. I mean,
So you're just a middle manager?
I am the most
Even
reputed
worse.
middle manager that exists in the Cannibal Saints army. I even got a plaque for it.
Hmm.
and what did your horde get? Huh?
Are you unionized?
No, I don't need to. I get paid enough. I get to do whatever I want.
Well, does your horde get paid? Have you asked them if they need anything? Or do you just like let them run into the fire for you? Huh?
That's what they exist for.
Sounds like a toxic work environment where the lowest people get abused.
Mm.
It sounds like you're next.
Like what happens when you use your usefulness? What will the Cannibal King do then?
Do you want to be an undead?
You
No.
want to be unionized? Well, but that
Yeah,
wouldn't
exactly.
happen. Like, what's to stop the Cannibal King from like getting someone else to do this? What? Do you not have protection?
Oh, this
Oh.
guy's totally replaceable.
No, I'm not. I'm the only one who knows how to do this. Okay, I'm the one who taught the rest of them.
Well, if you taught one person, what's to stop them from learning what else you know?
Yeah, it sounds like you just trained your replacement, dude.
No, they only
You
work
never heard of
because
that? You know when someone
I wield the magic. I have the tome. He reaches into what you can only describe as a pocket made of the skin, and he pulls out a booklet which is also made from skin. Look at this. Look at all of this. I made these notes. I am the one who researched for years and years to figure out how to raise the undead. I'm the one who built this.
Honestly, it's incredible. You did deliver this incredible work. And what did you get in return? Some money? Training other people to do what you do? If the Cannibal King wanted to, I'm sure he could just bounce in here and take this from you. That would be horrible, and you have no one here to help you and make sure that doesn't happen. You don't deserve that.
He's promised to make me second in command.
Research. Yeah, when did
He's promised to make me second in command too, buddy.
And the Moonlark is just
sounds like he's not loyal to you.
What?
I'm sorry, dear, but we all got some promises from him. You're not the only one, but he's not delivered, has he?
Wait,
how long ago did he make this promise?
When I first joined his side.
And when was that? Can you even remember when that was?
It's been years.
Honestly, after all you've done for him and he's not delivered on his promise yet? I feel like he might be stringing you along.
No, it's fine.
Not right.
No, I exist. The only reason he's gotten so far is because of me. He can't do shit without me. I am.
Yeah, but clearly he doesn't acknowledge that. You deserve something better than just to be out here. You deserve to be by his side. You're the only reason, that anyone's gotten this far. You're the reason we're out here. Without your undead horde, what would the Cannibal King have?
Sounds like you're not being valued enough in your organization.
I would like to propose a new scheme.
Here's the thing though. I'm not one for. He just pauses and he just stares you up and down before he takes a deep breath, regain his composure. I am not one for riches. I don't want a castle, or I don't want to live in whatever fuck all place he lives in. This is what I enjoy doing, raising the undead. It's what I do. So.
Well, what about funded research?
I don't need to do any more research. I've already researched how to raise the undead. What more do I need to do?
Yeah, but don't you want to see how far you can take it? Raising undead is real impressive, but have you ever considered seeing how far you can take your magic?
Are you talking about sentient undead? Do you know how to do that?
I don't, but I sure know how to get you the funds so you can figure it out. Because you know what? Even if I knew, if I knew, I'd tell you, but you're the smart one here. You're the one that can figure this out. What can we figure out like that? We're not smart. If we knew how to do something that smart, we wouldn't be here.
Can Moonlark step in and say that since he's from the research background, he can definitely get Myth to research his funds, kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Are we proposing a Ponzi scheme?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I was told Myth has...
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I was told Myth has no money. I don't. What is happening?
They employed us to come and fight.
I'm only here because I promised a lot of coin.
They turned a bandit queen into a knight. So imagine
what you could do. I would also be more than willing to give up whatever money I get to give to you because you deserve to be able to figure this out.
The only reason I ever got into this was to bring someone I care about back from the dead. And
has the Cannibal King helped you?
He gave me money for research, but once I was able to raise this army, the funds dried up. But this is not how I want to bring back. This is not how I want to bring her back.
The Cannibal King doesn't have money till he gets Myth.
Why not just cut out the middleman? Go directly to the source. We'd vouch for you. Make sure your wife, when you bring her back, has a good cushiony life to have with you.
So, are you saying Myth
Sorry,
will...
I'm not laughing.
Are you saying Myth will take me in as a refugee, as a scientist?
I would make sure of it. You have my word. My word means a lot to me.
On my
And
word,
We got
as a knight of
Darian
myth.
as well.
I will get...
You
On
have
my word
their
as
word.
a knight of myth, I will make sure that you are protected and funded while you research what you need to research.
I will get everything I need for my research. And he points at his skin, at the skin that he's wearing.
Well, do you know what you need?
I know what I like to eat.
What do you like to eat?
He points at the bones around the trees. Are you gonna get
I
me some
know.
of those?
Oh, yeah. Sadly enough, people have passed. Plenty of bones to go around.
Plenty of wars to fight.
As you should know, there's no such thing as not enough dead.
Okay, so this is going to be a challenge now. For you to convince him to join your side.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
we went from unionizing to low-key a Ponzi scheme to whatever the fuck this is.
We're recruiting and telling him the benefits of the union.
Fair point, fair
Mhm.
point.
Pretty
okay,
much.
okay. So,
He's like, what the fuck?
no, if you want to convince him to join your side now, it's going to be a challenge. But I also want to stress as the GM, but also as your players' characters in this world, especially you, Angarad, seeing what this person is doing, desecrating the dead, and other things, it goes against everything you believe in, right?
Yep.
And the vultures are also watching, and for them, what this person is doing is also against everything that that they stand for. So you better have a plan, is all I'm saying. Even if you're trying to convince him to join you, you better have a plan. So, and we have 1 hour left, so we'll slightly speed up a little bit. Okay, so this is the challenge then. You are trying to convince this dude to join holy shit.
Raiders. Yeah.
Holy shit, hello.
I was waiting for the holy shit.
Holy shit.
I like how Saz is just saying holy shit and it's like hi in chat.
Hi, hello, welcome in. How goes the TTRPGs? Pretty good. We're currently in about 80%, no, 70% through. Yeah, we're unionizing. We're trying to convince.
I think we just recruited somebody that we shouldn't have recruited.
Oh, you absolutely
Oh,
should
you most
have.
definitely did.
It's
But-
fine. It's fine.
But
We're
it's okay.
Union.
We'll figure it out.
unionizing the undead.
Oh, man.
See, clearly the Cannibal Saint doesn't value this guy.
Exactly. We value him. I mean, it's impressive research. Morally, I'm not on board, but you know.
And I'm just shaking my head in the background.
I liked when Rhea was like, "Yeah, these two people agree with you. You should listen to them."
Oh, God.
So, for everyone who's coming to the raid, thank you for coming here. I really appreciate it. We're currently running a giveaway for a TTRPG game created by Illicit Peanuts. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, !ticket !1, I think that's the thing for it. Yep, it automatically enters you. It doesn't send a message in chat, which kind of sucks. But yeah. Also, quick rundown. We're playing a doomed Arthurian Western. These guys are currently trying to negotiate with a wizard who can raise the dead to join the good guys for some reason.
A wizard who's literally wearing human skin.
Yeah.
And has a human skin notebook. We might not be clever, but we're definitely creative.
Most definitely. Okay.
Look,
so
why can't we use the undead?
Why is it wrong for us to do this?
which one of you wants to accept this challenge as a? And for this, I will also allow you to use Moonlark as a PC, if you choose to.
Or
I'm-
Moonlark's reputation.
I will gladly take this challenge.
Okay.
I'm telling you, use Moonlark. The guy's got
I'm checking out
the
the
perfect reputations. He's got sagacious, perceptive, and free-willed.
I don't know.
I think free will is what we want to use.
No,
What does sagacious mean?
knowledgeable, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, but it says mental discernment and good judgment. I don't know if what we're doing is in good judgment.
No, it's definitely not.
Absolutely not.
I was gonna use perceptive.
Wise or shrewd. Okay, wise or shrewd is also a meaning for sagacious.
I was gonna use perceptive because we are we are perceiving that the guy is very clearly unhappy, feeling underappreciated. These are all observations we have made, and we're using that
You
knowledge.
guys planted that on his head. Okay?
No,
You guys planted
no.
that shit in his head.
That is true.
Clearly got this from
It was
him.
just a friendly suggestion.
Uh-huh. Good, okay. Cool.
We've been talking with this man, and he has indicated that he is the one in charge, but he's not being given his dues.
I mean, he's the entire, he said it himself. He wanted to raise his dead wife, but not here, and she wouldn't be sentient. That's bad. We're very perceptive.
Okay.
Think that
all right.
works.
So, what is the plan? So the way that
I think we're going to use Moonlark,
Okay.
and we're going to use their perceptive reputation.
Okay.
I still say sagacious because of the shrewd aspect to it. He can
Either one.
counter-
We're using
Yeah.
one of them.
yeah. Okay.
I
So for
accepted the
people
challenge.
in chat who are unaware of what is happening, the way this game works is we whenever you want to do something, if it's a little bit difficult, there's no rounds, there's no combat stuff like D&D does. But instead, you build a dice pool and you create a challenge, and based on certain conditions that are met, you select a number of you build a dice pool based on that. So that's what's currently happening. These guys are trying to convince this obviously evil piece of shit to join the good guys by influencing his brain and by this is basically like gaslighting 101 is what it is at this point. What
do you mean? We're making a union.
We are unionizing gaslight. And
You know, as
We
soon
are-
as
We are
as soon
being
as
such bosses
he
right now.
steps his foot near myth, I'm gonna stab the shit out of him.
Oh,
Just so you know.
this is why I'm taking the challenge, because I'm making the promise. If you break my promise, I can't control that.
yes,
but yeah,
yes, you are absolutely right, Emily. That is exactly it. Okay, all right. So, you have a reputation that you're using. That's perfect. Gain D6.
I can't
I don't
use
think
my
you
own,
have.
can I?
No, it's gonna have to be whoever you're using.
It's
Moonlark in
Moonlark.
this case.
Mm.
Do you have equipment that will help you? I don't think there's any equipment here right now, unless you're
I
talking.
mean, I look great in my hat. I look very timid, very kind. You know.
I don't think we got anything.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, it won't work. But you are putting yourself in danger, so that's you get one for that. Reputation that will hinder you, don't have that. Task is unusually dangerous. It is unusually dangerous as well, because if you fail, he could snap and just yeah. Okay, so
I
you
think
roll
we're only
a
rolling
2d6.
Yeah.
2d6. I made a little bit change.
Oh yeah,
to
because
the,
we're together.
Yeah, no, I made a change to the rules without mentioning it on my own, where you start with 1d6 before
okay.
anything else. So that's you have 2d6 there. Also, by the way, since I didn't mention this earlier, but if you would like to give the roll an extra dice, $5 incentive is to give them an extra dice, or you can remove a dice.
Can I donate the $5?
I feel
what
like
if we donate $5?
That's no. I think that's no, not the players.
I'll donate. What if if a sudden anonymous donation
tip.
appears? It was not me.
No, I don't think that's fair. But yeah, so you can donate $5 to either add or subtract a dice from their roll. I'm just saying.
Oh, you subtract.
Yeah, it's up to you. But anyway, so right now it's a 2d6. So
Okay.
yeah.
2d6. Oh god, I'm terrified. 6.
Holy shit! Wow,
we did it.
Okay. The dude,
I'm out of words.
Okay.
We unionize the undead.
Okay, the dude drops his book, and he's like, "You're right, absolutely right. I'm treating it like shit. The cannibal saint doesn't give two shits about who I am. He's taken most of my power to do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm operating at 20% capacity. None of this works. I hate everything about this. I accept. I will join.
You'll join the union.
Yeah, I will create a union. I will join Myth. I will come and join Myth. Yes.
How many are you?
There's hundreds of us. Do you mean the undead or the people who can raise them?
The people who can raise them?
I've trained at least 400 myself in the last 15 years.
400? Damn.
So if you change sides, does that mean they come with you?
I don't know. They don't
Wait,
follow me.
I mean, you're a pretty great middle manager.
Yeah,
You never know.
I suppose.
No one stays in the. You mean if you have a shitty manager, it's all the more reason to leave a job. I'm sure we can convince them to join the union.
Oh, God.
I can send them a message. I can send a message to all of them.
Does the Baron
Yeah, quick WhatsApp.
does the Baron Wastes have copyright? Can he sue for copyright laws?
I like the thought of just like a mass text going out like, "Yo guys, switching sides, also unionizing, come join. Good benefits." Like,
They got dental. Oh shit. Oh, this is insane. Oh, Lady of the Slain, please forgive me.
Yeah, he sends a message to his following to show up at the fort without any weapons and surrender.
maybe waving a white flag.
Yeah, and yeah, you've basically convinced one of the Cannibal Saint's biggest allies to join your side. Yeah. Yeah.
Heyo! Let's go!
And this isn't even the ally that you were looking for. This is just.
This isn't even the guy we were looking for.
Oh shit.
This is so
I'm an
fucking weird.
overachiever. What can I say? I like how when Sassy we were in session 0, Sassy was like, this is like a very like, like really grim, like everything's doom and gloomy, and like the second we get to like a really doom and gloomy situation, we go, hey yo, have you tried to unionize?
Are you happy in your position?
I need to text the DM afterwards, the guy who I played with, to let them know that this is what happened.
I need this clip. I need a clip of this.
Yes, definitely. Holy shit.
Okay. This is unfortunately going to have consequences with the vulture, though. So
Fuck.
I am going to leave this here. I'm going to say this. The guy has sent the message. The message has been received by all the people who he sent the message to. Right? He, as far as you know, from what he has told you, he is the one who has trained all of them to raise the undead.
Why are we suffering a consequence when she rolled a 6?
I think it's less of a consequence of
somebody else.
It's a natural consequence of this. It's not like a direct one of me. I mean, like we quite literally gotten one of the most powerful ally on our side.
One of the most insane things
as
we could have
done. As per what he said, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Sassy, continue.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just giving you the pieces for something that you could do here to still stay in the vultures and the mourners good graces, right? What you decide to do is up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, obviously, but like here's the thing, right?
Unionize the vultures.
Yeah, no, the dude has sent the message. The vultures are already unionized. The dude has sent the message. He is the only one. He's the only one, as far as you know, who can train new people to take over.
Yeah.
He has basically served his purpose. That is all I'm saying. So, however you want to play this, whatever you want to do here, because I'm not. I'm trying very hard not to railroad you. It is so fucking hard.
Railroaded ourselves.
Yeah, I feel like this is the reason why I don't DM this much, because it is so hard to not tell you what to do. So yeah.
But somebody's just gonna go with the flow of things.
Yeah. So these are the 3 things you have on you, right? The guy has given up. He's given you his book, which tells you how to raise the undead. As far as you know, he's the one who wrote the book. So it's possible there are no other copies that exist. That's it. I'm not going to give you any more because that's then spoon reading.
Can I read the book or like open it?
Sure, yeah.
I'm gonna do it with like roll down the sleeve of the big jacket and like open like that because I really don't want to touch human skin.
Understandable. It's made from skin, yes. Yeah, so it's got very detailed notes on how he does it, what magic he taps into, how he's brought it about, and all of those things, which I'm not prepared to go into detail for because I didn't think we would get this far. But
I didn't think you guys would make it here.
Yeah. So
we didn't think we'd make it here.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So it has all the detailed instructions.
Okay.
The vulture is still sitting there. It is still watching, but you can see it's prepared to fly away.
Can I kind of call out to it and just be like, "Do you want this? Like, is this what you want, so to speak?" Does that cause a reaction?
It doesn't respond.
You want food?
It looks offended at that idea.
What do you want?
Take us to your leader.
Okay.
I think it's just finally processing what we just did, and it's like, what the fuck did we do?
The vulture
You
is
can't
going
just
to
be
leave.
kind and expect it to work.
The vulture is going to
It's
leave.
like fast?
It's about to fly. If there's anything you'd like to do before that.
I wish I had like a grappling hook or a rope.
No, okay, let me rephrase. You do not have to stop the vulture from flying away.
Oh.
You have to convince the vulture why you are on their side.
I girl bossed my way into a union. I can't do that twice.
Exactly. So what can you do to show the vulture that you are on their side based on...
Can I try and raise the dead?
No.
I don't think
no.
they'd do it.
No.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna address the vulture and be like, hey, listen, we got one of the Cannibal King's allies, the only one who could train, the only one with this book on the details on how to do it. We are gonna cripple the Cannibal King by a lot. Now it's your turn to decide whether you want to stay there or be with us.
Should I stay or should I go?
Okay, let me give you another small hint. The vultures feed on dead bodies, right? That's how they're carrion, right? So they feed on the dead. If someone were to raise the dead, those things are not fit for consumption for the vultures. They go against everything the vultures stand for.
Okay, so the people who raise raise the corpses, right?
Yeah.
Once the purpose is done, can they unalive the undead again?
Not as far as you can tell.
Okay, so we can strike a deal by saying that, listen, we know more like we know how much of corpses you guys require, and we'll provide a steady supply of corpses for you as well as for this. So it doesn't clash.
Okay, I feel like I have given as much as I could. So the vulture now is going to... You can almost look at it. It's almost like it... It looks like there's a look of disgust on the vulture's face. And it just ignores you and it flies away.
My bird.
Okay.
What do you want?
Okay. Oh my god. No, Vivek. Okay. Never mind. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. So it's done. You've convinced this dude to join your side. He has joined your side. And now what do you want to do?
Somehow managed to.
Sorry, what were you saying?
DM is going insane.
I just said I'm getting a shadow token.
Oh yeah, you're getting a shadow token because
showdown.
Showdown token, yes. Because you rolled a 6, yes.
How come I didn't get last time?
You did. So you have two.
That was for the first one. Oh, okay. I do have two. Okay.
So you have. So the group has a total of 3 now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. Now, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with the stuff that you have? Do you want to take this guy with you to see the vulture mourner? Do you want to take him back to the fort? What do you want to do?
I mean, we came here for the... Vulture. I cannot pronounce it. For the dude.
The Mona. Yeah.
Probably talk to him.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be a very bad idea going forward, especially after what the old vulture did with the disgust and all.
Well, what other choice do we have?
We can go back with this guy, and we can also see how many of the underlings have converted to our side. That's one thing that we can see.
I mean, we could do that afterwards, you know?
Yeah, but how do we inform the fort that these guys are friendlies?
We could write a letter and give it to him to give to them. I mean, we have Sir Darian here. I'm sure if that's if his name's on a piece of paper, it means something.
Sir Darian's still in shock. Is what he just did. He's just he's still processing.
Hey,
Okay.
Darren.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I also am slightly stumped on where we go from here. So,
We bamboozle the DM.
Bamboozle me too. I was also looking for
I was
it.
not
I don't know what I
expecting
did.
I don't know how we got here.
I am.
it's that GIF or that meme from. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. I have a plan. I know what the plan is, but to get there, we need to make a decision now. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to the vultures, continue that quest? Do you want to take this dude back to the fort?
I think we should go to the fort.
To
Okay.
the fort we go then.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Because this
Use-
is a really big thing we just did.
I'm exhausted from all that.
I'm fired.
I don't
up.
think
This
I
is
can
fucking
go.
hilarious.
I don't think I can do this once more.
Yes, you can. It's fine. We can do this again.
Okay.
And
So
I will.
yeah, let's vote.
I guess since everyone's in so much shock except for Sally, I will lead the charge for one. I will be the head of this union.
Okay.
Let's go, guys.
all right. So, you make your way back to where you'd left the horse the next morning, Sir Darian. The horse has recovered a little bit. It still is not. It can walk, but it can't support anyone's weight. So it will ride back with you, but it can't. You can't ride on it just yet. It still needs a few more days to recover. So this is the scene: Sir Darian and Angrad on a horse, with Midnight Sally on another horse, marching towards the fort with an
Does
undead
this guy
horde.
have a name?
Does he still have the meat coat on?
Yep, he still does. That's the only clothes he wears. So
Oh.
yeah,
How big is he?
he's about
Human size.
Yeah, he's about like 5'8", 5'10".
Can I be like take off my coat and be like, maybe you should wear this rather than your handiwork, just to make sure we're all starting off on the right foot. It can be quite unsettling for people to see human skin jackets.
He's gonna look down and say, I already have a perfectly good right foot. Pointing to the skin
What?
that he's wearing.
No, it's an expression.
It was funnier in my
You
head.
don't mean a literal right
never
foot.
mind. No, I know, but he's oblivious, right? So,
No,
do you know
I'm
how
saying it's
long
not
it
good.
takes? Do you know how long it takes to build something like this? I have spent hours finding sourcing the perfect material for every piece of this skin that I wear.
Oh no, I understand that completely, and like I really appreciate it. But you also have to remember that these people were, they were traumatized by undead, and it might be unsettling for them. And we want to make sure that everyone's starting on the right foot and it doesn't break out. Like, I want to make sure that you're protected, and I just would hate to see you get hurt.
Fine, he's just gonna scoff and put the coat on. It is so heavy. This feels so heavy. Why is it so heavy?
It's leather. It's a big coat.
How is it different from what I'm wearing? I'm also wearing leather. Is this from a different source?
Yeah, it's cow leather.
Oh, so it's okay to kill cows, but not to skin humans.
I'm not taking a stance on either of those
we're
things.
getting into this now.
No. What I'm saying is
Hey,
that
you opened this can of worms.
Oh no!
I wouldn't wear a leather coat to a cow farm. Why would I wear a human skin coat around a bunch of humans who just had to fight a bunch of undead and see their friends die? And your apprentice, the ones that you've trained, they wear skin just like you, and it might just be a bad association. I'm not saying it's forever. I just mean for the first meeting. Afterwards, you can go back to wearing your jacket.
All right. Fine. He puts on the jacket. And all right. You make your way back to the fort. The guards are surprised.
Can we have a name for this guy? A name.
Yeah, sure. His name is
Steve.
Can the table
Sassy,
hydrate?
are you telling?
Yep. Thank you.
Sorry, what?
Sassy, are you telling me we somehow accidentally unionized what is essentially a nameless NPC?
Yes. His name is.
One second, I'll be right back.
Thank you for the posture checks and the stretches. Appreciate it. We're doing surprisingly well on time.
Jeremy. I vote Jeremy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's just gonna.
Fox's internet's funky.
Oh no.
So she can't respond right now. Can you hear us, Box? I like how this happened in the middle of Sessions. We're doing so well on time, guys.
Okay, I'm good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey. Sassy?
Yep. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just waiting for you to continue.
Ryu said he was gonna be right back, right? So I'm waiting on him as well.
I didn't hear that. But I vote for Jeremy as the name.
Yeah, so if you ask him his name, he's just going to be like, it's been so long, I don't remember it anymore. So Jeremy is fine.
Okay, Jeremy.
Nice to meet you, Jeremy.
Oh, sorry. Had to go.
His name's Jeremy now.
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Your friends, they named him.
What? Do you have a different name?
We called him Jeremy. We gave him the name. I can't remember his
At
name.
least call him Jeremiah.
No, Jeremy.
Okay.
I kind of like Jeremiah a little more now.
Wow. I see how it is.
Okay, all right. You make it back to the fort and send message to the king, letting him know about all these developments. And then it's time for the final showdown now. Just
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's already final showdown.
What are we? What are
yeah,
we
it's
showing
already
now?
the final showdown.
You have to tell everybody it's
Final
cool.
showdown.
We have to convince everybody that this guy is cool and what we're doing is a good idea. That's
No.
our showdown.
Oh, no.
So here's what happens.
Mhm.
You send the message to the king. A couple of days pass, no response. A third day passes, no response. In those 3 days, once in a while, you see a couple of stragglers coming in. People who got the message from Jeremiah coming in to surrender and everything. And it's gotten to a point where there's about 10-ish people in the fort. On the morning of the 4th day, 10 people who Jeremiah trained.
Uh-oh.
Out of the 400 that he has trained.
Yep. They were all spread out everywhere, right? So they're making their way back. They're making their way towards the place.
Okay.
Takes a while. It's, walking and everything. Anyway, on the morning of the 4th day, you hear loud bells ringing and chaos, and immediately you're woken up by Korth and Sir Haston. There's a horde. There's a giant fucking horde coming towards us. Gormand, the half giant, is leading the charge. There's thousands of them. I don't think we can take them. I don't think we can hold the fort. We need to leave. We need to run. Now we need to abandon ship. What are you planning on doing?
Can I be like, you guys run? We'll try and hold them off for as long as we can.
Haston shakes his head. He's like, I was going to suggest you do that. You do the same thing. I'm not going anywhere. I protected Sir Catherine as much as I could, and now that she's gone, I have to carry on her duties till my dying breath.
Wait. Can Jeremiah just scout and see if that horde is coming from his buddies, or is it?
No, the giant is
We know
leading.
it's being led by the giant.
Oh, the giant. Oh shit.
The half giant,
damn.
yeah. So, Jeremiah is. Yeah, so he tells he's basically like, I will stay back, and a few of us are going to stay back to hold off as long as we can, to give you time to either escape or mount a defense. Jeremiah also pipes up, if it's an army of the undead, I could potentially try to sway some of them to join here, because I am a lot more powerful than
The others.
I could be wrong, because the half giant has his own magic as well. I don't know how strong he is, but and then you hear screams of terror from the soldiers, and you rush out towards the edge of the fort on the roof, or like the whatever highest spot you are at, and you see that there is what looks like two different armies. One army is marching a lot faster. The second one is straggling behind. The giant seems to be leading the second army. The first one is just a bunch of undead carrying spikes. On the spikes are the heads of a bunch of people. None of you recognize them, but Jeremiah tells you that these are the people that he trained. Word must have gotten out about the message he sent, and the cannibal saint was quick to exact his revenge. The the undead, they spike the spikes into the sand, and then they go back to join the giant's army.
The main army.
Yeah, there's about 100 or so heads just lining up the entrance to the fort. Okay, the giant steps forward and he grabs one of the spikes and he treats it like you would treat a chicken drumstick. Walking up to the edge of the firing line, and he just calls out, I am here to issue a challenge. One of yours versus one of mine. If you win, this horde will scatter. If you lose, we shall dance all night on your bones. And this is the final showdown. So here,
Okay.
you can choose whichever way you want to do this. You could go with Sir Darian with his sword. You could go with Angerad with his spear. You could go with Midnight Sally with her gun. All you need is one lucky shot to take down the giant. So it's up to you. Decide who goes to the final showdown. You have three challenge tokens. You have 3 showdown tokens, sorry. And the difficulty for this is going to be an 8.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. I'm happy to go if no one else wants to.
I think. One second.
If you want, I can roll a d3 and pick one of you, if that's how you want to do it. Or if Sally wants to go ahead.
No. No, so out of the lot, I think I have the one talent left, discreet, that I can use.
I thought can we use our reputation and stuff like that still in the showdown?
No, in the showdown, the reputation doesn't work.
Doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to go, and I'm willing to give my life for my friends and the union that I created, or that we created.
Okay. Is that the consensus? Consensus that is Sally going?
Unless anyone else wants to.
Very tough choice. Actually, yeah.
Very
I
tough
can
choice.
go.
Now, yeah, you can go.
No, I can go. But there's only one d6.
Yep.
No, it's you roll a d6 and then you add the bonus of your cost. So it's not just like a flat d6.
Okay, what is the cost going to be? Like
that's what we pick.
Okay. We'll decide that after you decide who's going for the showdown.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll just go. There we go.
No.
Before we debate any longer, there's only
just roll a d3 at this point.
Okay.
Because I think we all have good enough reasons to go.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to go as well.
I'm gonna roll a dice if you can't decide then, because Sally wants to go, Angerad wants to go.
Just do that.
So between the two of you, I'm gonna roll a d20. No wait, I'm gonna roll it.
3 of us. It's 3.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll
roll a d6.
Roll a d6. 1 and 2 Box, 3 and 4 Pun, 5 and 6 Ryu. Where is the dice rolls channel? There it is. That's a 1, so that's Box.
Okay.
Box.
the daddy on.
Sir Darian steps forth valiantly.
Full-heartedly. Like, just push everybody aside and say, I'm going.
You already left before we started debating.
You
Like,
two were
no, I'll
arguing, and I
go.
just went.
Okay, so
I mean, I thought.
All right.
sorry, what?
I was gonna say, I thought the cost was gonna be obvious, given that the challenge is to the death.
Yeah, it's yeah. But you can always do circumvent things with Anyway,
Losing a limb.
yeah. All right, Sir Darian, you step out of the fort, your sword drawn.
Mhm.
The giant looks at you, and he reaches into his waistband, and he pulls out a revolver, and he's like, "I was expecting the Bandit Queen," and he tosses the revolver to the side, and calls out to his horde, and you see four of these fucking undead fuckers drag a giant heavy mace. Like, it is so heavy that it needs 4 of them to drag it up to the giant, who picks it up effortlessly and he swings it around. It's not a mace, it's more like a glaive, if that makes sense. It's a long stick with like a metal swinging thing attached to it. That's with spikes.
Mhm.
That's what a glaive is, right? Yeah.
Spike ball, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he just swings that around and he looks you square in the eyes and is just like, "All right then, do your worst." Okay, so you have 3 showdown tokens. The threat for this is an 8, which means you need
So
to
we
roll a
get more than
5.
a
5 for target.
Right? Yeah, you need to hit a 5 or a 6.
And then what's our bonus from cost?
Yeah, so
What are you willing to give?
exactly.
My life.
Okay, so since your target is your threat, your target is a 5. I can't give you a 5 because that's like a win right there. I can give you a 3.
Since it's already established to the death,
Yeah.
can I argue for a 2?
I was going to give you a 3.
3. Do a 3.
I'm lowballing.
No, we're not lowballing.
Okay, we're not lowballing. We're going for a 3. Thanks, Pun.
Okay. So
Lowballing.
So if you roll a 2, sorry. If you roll a
You need
2,
a
3, or 4, you will defeat the giant, but you will suffer a cost. If you roll a 5 or a 6, you will pay no cost. And the cost will vary based on the 2, 3, 4, depending on what you roll. Does that work?
Yeah.
Of course, if you roll a 1, you're dead. So,
Yeah, of course.
all right.
So plus 3?
So the plus 3, including the plus 3, you need at least a 2 to defeat him, but you need a 5 or higher to not suffer any
To
consequences.
survive.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, let's see what happens.
All right. Okay.
We got
Yeah,
a
you got a 5.
5. We got a 5.
We got 8 altogether.
Let's go. 8 is the target. No, 8 is the threat. Sorry, 8 is the threat. Okay. How do you want to do this?
With flair.
With flair.
Well, I think with this giant mace, I'm going to try to deflect it bit by bit and work my way forward, trying to cut out. I think it's the hamstrings in the back of the foot.
Yep.
To disable him and then make him fall forward
Into his own glaive.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. Okay. That's perfect. So the two of you watch as Sir Darian steps up, his sword out, and without it's almost like you hear a bell ringing in the distance. It strikes once, it strikes twice, it strikes 3 times, And when it strikes 12, Sir Darian rushes forward with a growl, with a roar. The giant rushes forward with a roar of his own. They clash. There is dirt flying everywhere. It is difficult to see. But through the scope of your weapon, Midnight Sally, and you, Angrad, using the same scope somehow, you see Sir Darian slip through the giant's legs with the sword out, turn around, slash the hamstrings, and the giant's momentum carries it forward. It sinks to its knees, and its face lands right into its own glaive. The giant is unmoving. There are a bunch of stragglers. The entire horde that shows up, that had showed up, is still there. But as the dust settles, you see about 15 or 20 people walk out of the horde. These are people that were recruited by, that were trained by Jeremiah, who were part of the horde because they were afraid of their lives because of what happened to their compatriots. They step forward and they raise their hands, and the horde falls down. They have been unanimated. You have won. The giant is dead. And you have also provided the army with enough undead bodies that the grinder will keep running for a very, very long time.
Nice.
The three of you make your way back to the City of Myths with Jeremiah, and you are given a hero's welcome. The four of you, actually, sorry. And the king is very proud. And you are treated as heroes. And
Do I get my jacket back?
oh yeah, definitely. And that is the end, or would be the end of this one shot. But
Holy crap. That was good.
But this is inevitable. You might have won the battle, and the scene shifts towards the forgotten wastes. It shifts past the Crownlands, the far wastes, and to a castle in the middle of the Salt Sea, where you see the cannibal saint sitting on his throne, smiling to himself. As he chuckles, his soldiers ask him why he's so why he's not upset about his defeat. He leans back and he pats and he rings a bell, and you see this woman in chains shuffle up to him. He turns to her and he says, "Your husband has left us in a lot of shit. I need a new undead army. We have work to do." And
Damn.
it might take him another 15 years, might take him another 50 years. He will raise a new army of the undead, and he will lay waste to the City of Myth. And hopefully, for him, this time around, there won't be a bunch of goody two-shoes knights to stop him. And that is the true
There won't be a
ending
couple of
to
union
Inevitable.
things.